Frozen, just when you weren't looking. You filled my waffle cart oven with ice cubes. That's because you swapped my cream with sour milk. To be fair, Bjorn, you did put a badger in his batter tub. Only because he hid a beehive in my berry basket. I would have never done that if you hadn't replaced all my sugar with pickling salt. I've reached my decision. It is my royal decree that you stay at least 30 feet apart at all times, as usual. Any further pranks will be considered a breach of this ruling. As brothers, you must learn how to get along. You better listen to her this time. Only if you listen first. Got a headache? Two headaches, and they both own a waffle cart. Oh, I know what to do. When you're angry now and then, hold your breath and count to 10. I'm not sure how that would... Gasp! Mm. I need a new approach for dealing with Bjarn and Bjorn. Why did both brothers have to go into the same business? Their constant arguing is exhausting. I wish I had your unshakable cheer, Anna. How do you manage to stay so upbeat? Well, ever since I was a kid, I didn't bother dwelling on what could go wrong because things just seemed to work out eventually. Even the worst days always seemed to end brighter than they started. This whole thing reminds me of how much I love waffles. I always looked forward to the special days when Olina would cook them. I remember this one time I overslept. I was so disappointed, I thought I might as well crawl back into bed and wait until the next waffle day. But then I found a hot waffle waiting for me in my room. Olina can be so thoughtful like that. I'm sure it was her. And remember that time I wrecked my bike on that bus in the hall? Oh, I guess you don't. Anyway, the next day I noticed someone had moved all of the furniture for me. I never found out who. Oh, and there used to be this picture of Admiral Nelson in the sitting room. Sigh. I love that painting. Mother gave it to the Marquis of Frederberg so he'd import more herring. I was devastated. Until the new painting showed up that was even better. No offense, Admiral. Not sure who was behind that one either, but I have my suspicions. I have a confession to make. I heard you snoring once on Waffle Day and knew you'd miss out. My waffle was always brought up for me, so I asked for an extra one and sneaked it into your room while you were still downstairs. I do remember when you crashed your bike. I heard you crying outside my door. I got out of bed when everyone else was asleep and moved the furniture out of the way for you. Mother didn't know you were so fond of Admiral Nelson. They did commission a new painting, but I made one little suggestion. Hey, that's us! I never noticed before. You were brightening my days all along, even when I didn't know it. We lost so many years. How could two brothers fail to see how much they have just by having each other? I bet they care more than they think they do, and I know how to prove it. Tell them to meet us in Arundel Square tomorrow and leave the rest to me. I opened my oven door this morning and an owl flew out. I don't know how he stuffed that thing in there, but serves you right for telling the whole kingdom I'm offering 100% discount. Look, Anna's here. Bjorn, I asked around Arundel and some of your neighbors have a few things to say. You paid me to knit your brother's dog and asked me not to tell him. Well, I'm not going to let the poor thing shiver. I wondered where he got that sweater. I saw you leave a casserole for your brother only 2 days ago. Those casseroles are coming from you? You never have time to cook for yourself. I secretly buy from both of you and combine my waffles. Have you ever tried berries and cream together? Say, maybe we've got something here. Perhaps we should have been partners all along. I'll manage the money and you can do the cooking. I've seen you do the math. I'll manage the money. Maybe they should name their stand the Bickering Bros. So, what's for dinner? Anything but waffles. The end. If you like this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe.